Alright guys, what's up? So welcome to our second Saturday chat, and looking at the map you could tell crazy stuff as usual still lately. Things aren't exactly starting to pick up. Not much to really delve into lately. We noticed this last week that Bitcoin further crashed after kind of sort of having a little bit of stability, and the market, you can see how it's kind of all tilted here, right? So if you pay attention, you can notice that the utility sector, the basic materials sector, industrial sector, they're kind of on the greener end, but technology is still getting hit pretty hard. Financial sector had nice jumps, right? You can see 1.27% jump for Bank of America right there. Healthcare still, getting shat on. Generally speaking, not the most nice, balance here. Markets are still looking kind of shifted, after Biden spoke about his whole splur about how unemployment is still not exactly something that's dealt with yet. The panic is real, right? The panic is real. We're also having issues throughout different sectors, like for example, in the car sector, there's actually a shortage of cars. In the communications and technology sector, we're still having microchip shortages, right? So all kinds of stuff like that are still causing industries to struggle. In other news though, like for example, Ford has this amazing commercial out now about their F-150. That's literally the most popular car sold in America, and it brings in so much sales in America. It was shocking to me when I read about the fact that Ford brings their F-150 specifically brings in more money than Apple's iPhone does, and iPhone is the #1 consuming money maker in America. So to be up there with that, it's pretty exciting and pretty amazing. And once their electric F-150 comes out, I can imagine a lot of people will be buying it. I'm going to be making a video about that as time comes, because the Ford stock is still pretty cheap and worth investing into, plus they pay dividends. So you want to catch that before it starts skyrocketing with this news of the F-150 and sales of the F-150 coming up. At the same time, of course, it hasn't already skyrocketed because people, I'm sure, are just not confident in how many people will actually be able to afford the F-150, simply because unemployment is still a thing. People aren't exactly super successful and wealthy in this era right now, and just income isn't exactly working out for everyone. Income was really bad for people to begin with ever since the pandemic, but people were starting to make a lot of money with crypto, and that got shat on, right? Because you can see Bitcoin is still sitting under 40k. Today it went down all the way to 35k at 1:25 a.m. overnight. So it's just moving sideways. It's not really doing anything. There isn't really good news around it either, where we can think, okay, this is definitely gonna boom, come back up. Nothing has happened yet. There's no promising news for anyone to invest into any of these cryptos. I mean, Ethereum dying, Litecoin dying, etc. Everyone's getting shat on. I'm holding a couple Litecoins I had picked up just in case that might have been the point where it would come back up. 223, but no, today it's at 169 right now. So you can see, it's more of a downward trend than it is an upward trend, simply because it's balanced right now. No one really knows what's going to happen, and at any moment something can happen and these guys can skyrocket. So it's really up to you guys to decide when you want to think it's worth buying. It's all about catching the dip and catching the bottom part, but we haven't quite exactly understood yet where the bottom might be. This upcoming week, there's a chance that it might shift even lower, right? Last week, China banned cryptos. The week before that, Elon Musk shitted on cryptos. So, if another hard hitter shits on crypto this upcoming week, then you can imagine another dip of 10%, 10 to 15%, and that's going to be pretty fatal for a lot of people. Loving all the TikToks all over the internet about how people apparently shitted on their parents and moved out, which is obviously a joke, but people moved out and tried becoming independent because they became crypto millionaires, and then all of a sudden, now that their crypto's kind of gone, they're trying to move back in, and it's all this lack of confidence, if anything, in the crypto industry. So that's definitely concerning, and no one is really crazy about picking up any of these guys right now. They're at pretty decent prices. They're definitely at pretty decent prices, but again, no one really knows what's happening. No one is confident enough to go ahead and just gamble on it. and hope that things are going to come back up. If you're holding your money, if you don't have any money heavily invested in yet, then you're on a safe spot where you can just wait. Starting this week, I'm going to be talking a lot more about the day trading I've been doing, so that you guys can see what I'm trying to do. I'll try to be live streaming this, so subscribe to the channel, turn on notifications, so that when I do go live, you can see what I'm buying, you can see what I'm trying to get into. And then of course, if you're interested in joining me on that, then come along. I'll share my list of day trades every morning, right when the market is opening up, so that'll be 9:30 New York time. And then come on online with me, see what's happening, grab some coffee, and invest in day trade, and see what you can do with your money, and try to grow it up as much as you can, and prepare for the upcoming moment next time where crypto is about to come back up, so that you can grab some of those crypto coins and ride that wave upwards. Other than that, not much else happening right now. This upcoming week, I'm just going to continue day trading, continue using the money I have saved up to try to grow it, and then prepare for any good news regarding crypto, so that we can actually grab some crypto before it makes the bounce back up. It's always hard to predict where the bottom is going to be. People end up waiting for the bottom to occur. It hits the bottom and comes back up within a matter of a minute or two all of a sudden, and you miss that. So of course that's okay, you're going to miss it. Oftentimes what happens is when something hits bottom and comes back up, it quickly does a second rebound back to bottom. So don't mess up and try buying it right when it comes back up. And this isn't always going to happen, but usually it'll hit bottom, come back up a little bit, and then hit bottom again before making its actual takeoff to the moon. So watch diligently, keep up to date as much as you can, and then let's see what happens next week.